This is something that I noticed for many years growing up, and this happens a lot. When it comes to people that are seen as outcasts, guys that can't get beautiful girls, I explained that many times or a few times on my earlier videos. But there's another thing that I noticed that really pisses me off is the things that they can get away with, that some people can get away with, all because of favoritism. Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. This is something that bothers me a lot, and I notice this mostly a lot in the workplace when I used to work at certain jobs, and I was pretty much in the category of the nobodies, if you want to call it that. And I noticed how some people, just because of the way they look and the type of status that they have and the actual charisma or whatever the case may be, there's things that people can get away with that other people can't. And this is part of social Darwin. I noticed that, like, for example, how what is considered to be appropriate or inappropriate, or even in the workplace when it comes to sexual harassment. When guys flirt with beautiful girls, I noticed a lot that when they don't even know them that well, and they crack a joke about something that's a little bit sexual, but it's also kind of funny, and that kind of thing. Of course, not every girl is going to react to it the same way. But the one thing that I noticed a lot when it comes to what is considered appropriate or what you can get in trouble for, when someone gets in trouble, when a guy gets in trouble for, let's say, grabbing a young lady inappropriately, or he said something that was inappropriate, that was a little bit sexist or sleazy or whatever, or if he were to crack a joke just to be funny, but not to necessarily offend her, but she got offended and she pretty much got you in trouble. What I noticed, what was painfully obvious to me, is not because of what he did. It's not because of what he said. That's part of it. That is a small part of it. But a larger part of it, I would say about a good 75% of the reason why is because of that person alone. That guy was either loser, a loser type person, an incel, which I explained in my other videos, or one of those outcast, type of never accomplished a thing in his life kind of loser type person, or someone who's pretty much like a weirdo or whatever you want to, however you want to label them, however you want to label this person. And I noticed when a good-looking guy that she actually likes, and he were to like flirt with her and stuff like that, and she would laugh with him, and let's just say he did some he grabbed her the same way. Let's just say he was acting out a scene from a movie or whatever, the same way that the other guy did. And he pretty much did the same thing. And he said, and I just say that he also said something that was a little bit sleazy or a lot worse than what the other guy did. What the other guy said. She's not going to react the same way. If he grabs her, in a certain way that's considered inappropriate, when he really didn't grab her inappropriately, it's just the fact that he just grabbed her, and you just give her a hug and this and that, she would laugh with him because of the fact that she finds that guy good looking. She finds him very, very attractive. He has charisma, and the way he makes her feel. And she likes him a lot. So he can get away with that. He can easily get away with it. And yet, the other guy who's the so-called loser, did something that was very similar. That was not even anywhere near as bad as or as intense. And right away, it was considered sexual harassment. And I've been noticing that many times in different workplaces. I've been noticing that in the way people view things as far as right and wrong. She didn't get mad at that guy because of the fact of the way of what he did or what he said to her. It's because of what she thinks of him. That's the reason why she got him in trouble. Is like when let's just say that she was passing by in the hallway, and you actually noticed her. She ignores you because she sees you as a loser, and then, or you make her feel uncomfortable. She thinks you're a creep or whatever the case may be, and then she turns around to notice that you're actually looking at her butt. And she gets angry because of that. It says, don't be doing that. Don't be looking at my ass or whatever. But if the scenario was actually different, let's just say it was a different guy who was much better looking. She found him very attractive. She found him very good looking, and she actually looks at him and smiles as they cross paths. They cross each other, and she passes him by, and then she happens to turn and look back, and he notices that he's checking her out the same exact way. Is she going to get mad? No. And I heard even in certain social gatherings where some girls were like, how they would sarcastically say, something, I forgot how the conversations led to that, but saying something, I don't like it when guys check me out and they don't leave me alone and this and that. And then somehow in the middle of the conversation, she said something like, unless he's a good looking guy, I don't mind. So, but what she's basically saying is, an ugly guy or a loser doesn't have the right to look at her or check her out. even if it's just an innocent looking, which is normal. You see an attractive girl, you're gonna check her out. It's only normal. But if you're unattractive and you're one of those loser type people, you should get punished for it, especially if you're in a workplace, or you should be yelled at or talked down to. But a good looking guy, a fucking Chad, a pretty boy, no, like an alpha male that she finds attractive, oh, you can look at me all you want. Yeah, I know I look good. I noticed that a lot with a lot of women that are conceited that way, or what you would call Stacy's and stuff like that. Now, this is something else that I noticed, that when they show favoritism towards what is considered appropriate and not appropriate, like if there was an incident in which the so-called loser guy said something that was a little bit inappropriate, but he didn't mean to offend her. He just thought it was funny, but he just made the mistake of saying it, all because he just got caught up in the heat of the moment, and he was just trying to get her to laugh. Or something happens, and then she ends up slapping him, kicking him in the balls, or pushing him so hard that he fell down, and he hurt himself. And then when that's reported like that, right away the guy is gonna get in trouble for it, and it doesn't matter how seriously hurt he got, because usually guys like that usually are pretty much like hated, or they're not very well liked to begin with, and the boss and the supervisor already has it in for him, so he's gonna be very lenient with the girl, with the beautiful girl that actually assaulted him, that actually hurt him, because of the fact that she's beautiful, and most likely the supervisor or manager was probably attracted to her anyway, so he's going to show favoritism. And this is one thing. This is just one part that I noticed. I just recorded a small part of it, but it pretty much relates to what I'm trying to say in this thing.
Stop something at some point. You escalate a little bit, and then if someone's uncomfortable with that, they can fucking say so. And I've seen girls do this to me, and vice versa. But it's only a bad thing when men do it. It's only a fucking horrible thing. You're only a fucking oppressive jackass when a male does it. If a girl comes up to me in high school and fucking hits me in the balls over some stupid joke, that's not even sexual assault. Even if you do it in front of a teacher, that's fucking fine. But if you're making out with a girl and you put your hand somewhere, it's like, oh, well, she didn't expressly consent to that. It's just stupid shit like that. And it's, again, I don't fucking know. I'm trying to be a good dude, and I don't even know. I don't even think that's the play anymore, because it's clearly not fucking working. Sandy's doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results. Anyways, this kind of.
I hope you see that as a perfect example of what I'm trying to say. It's really all about the somebodies and the nobodies. If you're somebody important, you deserve respect. If you're somebody that's seen as unimportant, you don't deserve respect. And you're always going to be like the omega, the person that's going to be the center of attention for, or the scapegoat to be blamed for doing bad things. And to me, that is very stupid and in a very unfair way. There's a lot of things that some people can get away with just because of their status, just because of the way they look. Excuse me. And also because of what people think about them. But unfortunately, there's other people that try to fit in. They may have done something inappropriately, and not they don't really mean to. They were just trying to fit in, or they were just trying to be accepted. And they tried say cracking a joke that they may be inappropriate, and you could actually get hit, or maybe she would like if she had a cup of soda or a drink, she would like splash it in his face and things like that, and he gets in trouble for it. But if some other guy who says something similar to that, or something even worse, and she likes the guy a lot, and she finds him attractive, she's not gonna do that. It's like if you're a loser, you deserve to be disrespected. But if you're somebody important, if you're good looking, if you're a person who's popular, if you're a person who actually has a future, if you're somebody that's worthy of respect, a high value person, that guy's gonna get away with anything. He doesn't have to worry about getting slapped. He doesn't have to worry about getting hurt. Like in that example of what this guy was saying. I just happened to come across his channel, and he said something about he had a tough time trying to be accepted by girls. A lot of beautiful girls usually didn't like him for whatever the reason. They thought he was like too awkward, or whatever the case may be. And he just didn't have any good luck with beautiful girls. I hope you know where I'm going with all this. I mean, I hope this makes sense to you. But if there's something else you want to add on to this, that makes sense, I would like to hear. I would like to hear from you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care. Damn, my throat is dry as fuck too. Damn. Well, again, take care.